You meet someone new. You shake hands. You hear their name clearly. 5 seconds later, it is gone. Complete blank. Echoey silence inside your head. Now you panic. You smile like a hostage. You nod awkwardly. You hope they keep talking. Maybe the name will come back on its own. It does not come back. You pray for a fire alarm. Anything to save you. Maybe your phone rings. Maybe a waiter interrupts. Anything to escape this moment. We all do this. We think our memory is weak. We feel rude. We replay it later that night. Why am I like this? You ask yourself. But cognitive neuroscience says you're wrong. Your brain is not failing. Chronic name forgetters often have faster brains. It is a ruthlessly efficient machine. It is not broken. It is just brutally selective about what it keeps. There is a hidden mechanism in your mind. It deleted that name on purpose. It happened in less than a second. You never even noticed the deletion. Here is the shocking science behind it. Stay with us till the end. Think of your temporary memory like computer RAM. It has a tiny limit. It can hold roughly 4 things at once. That is the hard ceiling. Not 40 things. Not 14 things. Just 4. That's it. When you approach a stranger, your RAM gets overloaded instantly. Your brain runs massive background checks. It calculates everything in milliseconds. Is my handshake firm? Am I making weird eye contact? What should I say next? Do I look nervous right now? Is my smile too forced? Too fake? Is my breathing too loud? Did I sweat on my palms? What if they notice my nervousness? What if I sound stupid? Your brain is running 20 software updates at once, all in real time. It scans their clothes. It decodes their social status. Instantly, automatically, it measures the distance between your bodies. Too close? Too far? None of this is conscious. You never chose to think any of it. Psychologists call this the next-in-line effect. It was first noticed in classrooms decades ago. A simple, strange observation. Students forgot what classmates said right before their own turn to speak. Their brain was too busy rehearsing their own lines. Nothing else got through. The same glitch happens at parties, at interviews, at every first handshake. Your brain is rehearsing your performance, not absorbing incoming information. You are hyper-focused on your own performance, not on the data coming in. The other person speaks their name. It hits your brain's gates. There is no room left inside, no empty slot to catch it. It instantly evaporates, gone before it even registered properly. Your brain prioritizes social survival over a random word. Every single time, it thinks, don't embarrass yourself, matters more than remember this sound. It is not a flaw. It is triage. Your mind is choosing what matters most. Human brains evolved over thousands of years. Survival was hard. Mistakes were fatal. One wrong decision could end a bloodline. Evolution does not forgive easily. Your brain has a dedicated area just for faces. It is called the Fusiform Face Area. Scientists call it the FFA for short. It is ancient. It is powerful. It activates within milliseconds of seeing any human face. Faster than conscious thought. Ancient humans needed to read faces instantly. Is this a threat? Is this an enemy? For a caveman, a new face meant danger. Pure, immediate danger. A stranger could destroy your entire tribe. Steal food. Take territory. Kill. Your brain needed to see if their eyes showed aggression. It needed to check if their pupils dilated with anger. A face was a map of survival. Every line on it mattered. If you failed to read it, you died that night. No second chances. Names carried no weapons. Names could not hurt you at all. So the brain ignored them. Completely. Without hesitation. Without apology. One wrong read could mean death. Faces carried deep survival data. A tightened jaw. A narrowed eye. A clenched fist behind the back. These tiny signals kept your ancestors alive in dangerous, unpredictable environments. But names? Names are a very recent human invention. Almost embarrassingly recent. For most of human history, people lived in small tribes. Maybe 50 people total. Everyone just knew everyone. No introductions were ever needed at all. Formal names and introductions are barely a few thousand years old. In evolutionary terms, that is basically yesterday afternoon. A blink in time. To your primitive subconscious, the word Alex has zero survival value. It does not warn you. It does not feed you. It does not protect you. It is just sound. Empty, abstract sound floating in the air. The FFA locks the face structure perfectly. Every curve, every angle, permanently stored. You could recognize that face a decade later, in any airport. But the logical filter sees the name differently. It sees noise, pure noise. It drops the abstract name straight into the trash bin. Almost instantly, This is not laziness. This is 40,000 years of evolutionary programming. You're not broken. You're ancient software running in a modern world. Now look at this famous psychological study. It is called the Baker-Baker paradox. Psychologists ran this experiment decades ago. The results stunned everyone. They showed people the exact same face twice, with two different labels attached. Tell a person a man's last name is Baker. They forget it by tomorrow. Tell them the exact same man is a baker by profession. They remember it easily. Same word, same sound, identical 4 letters. Completely different result. Why does this happen? It seems impossible at first glance. A profession triggers rich context. Your brain sees bread, flour, warmth, an oven. It might even imagine the smell, the sound of a rolling pin. This triggers sensory connections across multiple brain regions at once. It alerts your dopamine system. Dopamine tags information as worth keeping. Dopamine is your brain's reward chemical. It marks things as important. But a floating name is an isolated island. It has no bridges. Baker, as a surname, connects to nothing. No image, no smell, no memory. It just sits there alone, unlinked. Eventually, it gets deleted entirely. High IQ brains are aggressively analytical. They reject isolated data with no logical connections. Your mind is not broken. It is simply refusing to store garbage data. It wants meaning. It wants context. A name alone offers neither one. This is why you remember the funny guy from accounting forever. But his actual name? Gone within the hour. Completely wiped clean. There's a massive link here. Deep thinkers forget names the most. Introverts forget names the most. Overthinkers forget names the most. If this describes you, you're not alone. Not even close. These personalities possess what psychologists call an associative brain. They constantly run deep internal data. Stories. Theories. Imagine conversations. Carl Jung spoke about this decades ago. The rich inner world of introverts. He believed introverts process reality internally first, before reacting outward. People who imagine fake scenarios before sleep have hyperactive internal worlds. You know this feeling. Replaying conversations. Rehearsing arguments that never happened. You replay conversations from 5 years ago. Random ones. Out of nowhere. You fix arguments that happened in school. 20 years too late. Your brain is a nonstop cinema. It never really stops playing. This constant internal processing burns massive glucose. Real, physical fuel. Your brain is mentally exhausted before you even step outside. When someone hands you a new name, your system lacks energy. It simply cannot create a new folder right now. Not enough fuel left. When an introduction happens, focus splits between 2 worlds. Half of their mind is in the room. Half is somewhere else entirely. Your inner world is simply too loud to ignore completely. Your brain does not catalog barcodes or labels. It catalogs depth instead. It ignores the arbitrary name. It focuses on the person's energy, their story, their tone of voice, their micro-expressions, the feeling of the room around you. You remember how someone made you feel. Years later, sometimes decades later, but their name slips away within minutes, sometimes within seconds. You do not have a bad memory. You have a system that favors depth. It chooses meaning over randomness. Every single time, it has to choose. This is not a curse. This is the price of having a rich mind. So here's the good news. Social life still needs names. You cannot just feel deeply about strangers forever. Eventually, you must remember them. You must build manual bridges. On purpose. Every single time you meet someone. When they say their name, repeat it instantly. Nice to meet you, Kevin. This forces your brain to process it twice. Twice means it sticks longer. Say it again before the conversation ends. A third repetition locks it deeper. Anchor it to a visual. Connect them to a famous actor or an old friend. A strange image makes a name memorable. The stranger, the better it sticks. Picture Kevin wearing a clown nose if you must. Whatever works, works. And if you forget anyway, drop the ego completely. It happens to everyone. Even the sharpest minds in the room forget names constantly. You're not unique. Just say this honestly. I got so caught up in our conversation. My brain forgot to file your name. What was it again? People do not hate honesty. People respect it deeply, almost every time. It actually makes you more likable, not less. Vulnerability builds connection. If this video lifted your embarrassment today, hit subscribe. Right now, someone is standing awkwardly in a room, feeling guilty about their memory. They think something is wrong with them. They think they are failing socially. Your click helps this explanation find them. It might change their entire week. See you in the next one.